All right, ready to dive into the world of wholesale merchants.
Let's do it.
Big interview coming up.
Yeah.
We're here to help you crush it. We've got some fantastic resources from RoleCatcher,
Their career guide.
interview guide, even a look at how their AI can, well, boost your game.
It's not just about knowing the answers, you know.
Right.
Interviewers are looking for that spark. Passion, strategic thinking, how you build relationships, handle the pressure.
Let's jump right in then to those interview questions. RoleCatcher's interview guide has some real classics, and we're going to break them down. First one, what motivated you to become a wholesale merchant?
Sounds simple, right?
It does.
But it's your chance to show that genuine interest. What really gets you fired up about this role? Is it the thrill of the deal, the fast pace, or building that whole network of suppliers and buyers?
The interview guide makes a point.
Yeah.
It's got to be more than just wanting to make money.
Yeah.
They want to see your enthusiasm, that you get the role, and how your motivations match up with the company's values.
Exactly. You're not just selling yourself, you're selling your passion for the industry. One way to really nail this is to connect your motivations to the company you're interviewing with. Have you always been interested in their supply chain, for example? Impressed by their ethical sourcing, maybe?
Oh, good point.
Show them you've done your research. We're not just applying anywhere.
Here's a tip. Before you even walk in that door, dig into their website. Mission statement, news, press releases. That way you can tailor your answer. Show them you get their goals and how you fit in.
And don't be afraid to let your personality shine through. Interviewers want to see you're not just qualified, but someone they'd actually like working with.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Another common one. How do you build and maintain relationships with suppliers? This is all about those interpersonal skills, creating those win-win partnerships.
For sure. Think about the key ingredients for successful supplier relationships. The career guide emphasizes clear communication, negotiation skills, and building that trust. You've got to be firm but fair, ensuring everyone benefits.
Yeah, it's got to be balanced. The interview guide also really stresses understanding the supplier's needs, being proactive if there's a concern. It's all about that rapport, active listening, showing you value the partnership.
Couldn't agree more. A fantastic way to answer this one is with specific examples from your own experience. Have you ever negotiated a really tough contract, maybe resolved a conflict with a supplier? How'd you approach it? What strategies did you use to keep things positive and productive?
You could even pull from experiences outside work. Volunteering, maybe you had to manage relationships with vendors. The key is to showcase that ability to communicate, build trust, and get those results where everyone wins.
Now, here's a potential follow-up question that might come your way. Tell me about a time a supplier relationship went south. What did you learn?
Ooh, tough one.
It is.
But it's a chance to show you learn from mistakes. You adapt and stay professional even when things get tricky. Be honest about the challenges, but always highlight what you learned, how you've grown.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can really come in handy. Imagine practicing your answer and the AI picks up on a weak spot. It might suggest emphasizing your problem-solving skills or highlighting strategies you've developed to avoid similar issues in the future.
That's amazing, like having a personal coach in your pocket, helping you refine your answers and spot areas for improvement.
Exactly.
Okay, let's tackle another crucial question. How do you manage risk in your business operations? This one's all about strategic thinking, anticipating and mitigating those potential challenges.
Right. Remember, we're dealing with large quantities of goods, fluctuating markets, and this whole web of suppliers and buyers.
Yeah.
Risk is baked into the role. Interviewers want to see that proactive mindset.
The career guide specifically points out that potential for financial risks is a key factor in this role. Interviewers want to know, can you not only spot the risks, but also develop strategies to minimize them? Think about supplier reliability, market volatility, quality control, logistics, all that good stuff.
It's a lot, but being prepared is key. The interview guide suggests talking about your ability to assess risk, make contingency plans, and make informed decisions that fit the company's strategy. Ever implemented a system for vetting new suppliers? Or a plan to manage those supply chain disruptions that pop up?
Those are fantastic examples, showing you're not just reacting, you're thinking ahead.
Definitely. And don't forget about financial risk. Have you analyzed financial statements to spot potential problems? Or created a budget that takes into account those market ups and downs?
Right. Show them you understand the financial side of your decisions. You can make those sound judgments, even when things are unpredictable.
Absolutely.
Here's a potential follow-up they might throw at you. What's your risk tolerance? Be honest here. Some roles are all about embracing risk. Others are more cautious. But always emphasize your ability to weigh the potential downsides against the potential rewards and make the decision that's best for the company.
And don't forget, RoleCatcher's AI can give you that personalized feedback on your answer, helping you identify areas to strengthen your response. It can even analyze job descriptions to see what specific risk management skills they're looking for, so you can really tailor your answers to what they want to hear.
That's powerful stuff.
It is.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll dig into even more challenging interview questions and how RoleCatcher can help you nail those answers. Stay tuned.
Back again for more wholesale merchant interview prep.
We tackled some tough ones last time. Motivation, relationships, and risk management.
Now we're going to dig a little deeper into those scenarios that really test your knowledge and how you think strategically. Interviewers don't just want the right answer, they want to see your process, that wholesale merchant mindset.
You got it. So let's say they hit you with this. How do you stay up to date with industry trends and changes? This is where you show them you're committed to learning, that you're passionate about how wholesale is always evolving.
Yeah, it's not enough to just say, I read industry magazines. Give them specifics. Which publications, any websites or blogs you find insightful, been to any conferences or webinars lately?
Well, that's good.
The Career Guide actually has a whole section on knowledge and learning. They emphasize how important continuous learning is in this field. They even list some resources like industry associations and online courses, things you could mention in your answer.
Smart. Shows you've done your research, that you're actively looking for ways to learn more. But here's the key. Connect that learning back to your work. How have you used those new insights to improve your performance, make better decisions?
Exactly. Maybe you read an article about a new inventory management technique and you implemented it at your last company, saving money or boosting efficiency. Or perhaps you picked up a new sourcing strategy at a conference that you're eager to try out in this role. The point is, you're not just passively absorbing information, you're putting it to work.
Love it. Now for a potential follow-up. What emerging trends in wholesale are you most excited about? This is your chance to show you're thinking ahead, that you're enthusiastic about where the industry's going. E-commerce, sustainable sourcing, data analytics, and supply chain management.
Yeah. What really gets you going? Talk about what genuinely interests you, how you see those trends shaping the future. Don't be afraid to get creative here. What new opportunities or challenges do you see for wholesale merchants because of these trends?
Okay, let's get into a tough one. How do you negotiate with suppliers to get the best possible deals? This is all about your negotiation skills, creating those win-win situations where everyone benefits.
Wholesale merchants are that bridge between buyers and suppliers, right? You've got to be able to get a good price, but also maintain those crucial relationships. It's not about squeezing every last penny, it's about trust and long-term partnerships.
For sure. The interview guide says research is key. Before you even start negotiating, you need to understand the supplier's needs, their position in the market, their pricing history. Shows you're prepared and serious about finding a solution that works for both sides.
Absolutely. And when you're actually negotiating, be clear, be confident, and be respectful. Active listening is huge. You need to understand their perspective, be willing to compromise.
The interview guide also mentions finding creative solutions. Sometimes the best deal isn't just about the price. Maybe you can work out a volume discount for a longer contract or offer to promote their products through your own channels.
Think back to your own successful negotiations. What strategies did you use to build rapport, overcome obstacles, reach an agreement everyone felt good about? Those are the kind of stories you want to share.
Here's a follow-up they might ask. What do you do when a negotiation hits a wall? Now you get to show off your problem-solving skills, how you think outside the box. Maybe you propose a creative compromise or suggest bringing in a third-party mediator.
Exactly. Show them you're resilient, resourceful, and dedicated to finding solutions that work for everyone. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your responses, give you personalized feedback on your negotiation style, helps you spot areas where you can refine your approach.
On to a really important one. How do you manage inventory and stock levels? This is crucial. Wholesale merchants have to ensure that smooth flow of goods, minimize waste, and of course, maximize profits.
The Career Guide stresses efficient distribution of goods. This is your chance to show that you understand key inventory metrics, that you can forecast demand, and you've got experience with inventory management systems.
Think back to your experience. Ever implemented a new inventory tracking system? developed a strategy to cut down on waste, negotiated better terms with suppliers to optimize your inventory levels.
Interviewers want to see that you get that balance between having enough product to meet demand and avoiding the cost of too much stock. They want to see you analyze sales data, anticipate those seasonal swings, and manage inventory efficiently to boost those profits.
And here's a possible follow-up. Tell me about a time you had to deal with a stock shortage or surplus. How did you handle it?
This is where you shine. Describe how you assessed the situation, how you communicated with suppliers and customers, and what you did to minimize disruption and keep those customers happy.
And of course, RoleCatcher's AI can help you fine-tune those answers, spot areas for improvement. It can even analyze job descriptions to see what inventory management skills they're really looking for. You can tailor your responses to hit the mark.
Now let's talk global. How do you manage multiple suppliers across different regions and time zones? This is about handling the complexities of international trade, building those relationships even when you're not face-to-face.
The world of wholesale doesn't stop at borders anymore. You might be sourcing from Asia, Europe, North America, all at the same time, dealing with different languages, cultures, time zones. This question is about your communication skills, cultural sensitivity, building trust remotely.
The interview guide really emphasizes establishing clear communication protocols. Have you used video conferencing, project management tools, online platforms to manage those relationships across time zones? Those are great examples to share.
But it's not just about the tech, right? It's about building rapport, understanding those cultural differences, adapting your communication style. Have you ever had to bridge a cultural gap or work through a language barrier to make a supplier relationship work? Talk about those experiences.
Here's a potential follow-up. Have you ever had a major miscommunication with an international supplier? How did you resolve it? This is where you show them you can solve problems, you're diplomatic, and you can stay calm under pressure.
And RoleCatcher's AI can provide some really valuable insights into the specific challenges of managing international suppliers. It can analyze industry trends, pinpoint potential cultural pitfalls, and even suggest communication strategies to help you navigate those tricky relationships.
All right, let's get to the heart of it. How do you manage pricing and margins? This is about your financial smarts, understanding market dynamics, and making those strategic pricing decisions that lead to bigger profits.
The career guide actually lists potential for financial risks as one of the cons of this role, so you got to show you've got this. Interviewers want to see that you can analyze market trends, know what your competitors are pricing at, and develop strategies that are both competitive and profitable.
Think about your own experience. Have you ever done a pricing analysis, developed a pricing strategy for a new product, or negotiated pricing with suppliers? Those are all good stories to tell.
The interview guide suggests talking about different pricing models, like cost-plus pricing, value-based pricing. Show them you can track those key performance indicators like gross profit margin and return on investment.
Pricing is all about finding that balance, right? Offer competitive prices to attract customers, but also maintain those healthy margins that contribute to the company's bottom line.
Here's a potential follow-up. How do you stay on top of competitor pricing and market trends? This is about showcasing those research skills, showing you're ahead of the game. Industry newsletters, trade shows, online tools to track competitor pricing.
And don't forget, RoleCatcher's AI can be a real powerhouse for pricing analysis. It can crunch tons of data to pinpoint pricing trends, figure out what your competitors are doing, even suggest the best pricing models for specific products or markets.
Now let's talk leadership. How do you manage a team of wholesale merchants? As you move up in your career, you might find yourself leading a team, mentoring junior colleagues, maybe even running a whole department.
The career guide highlights building relationships as a core skill for wholesale merchants. So when interviewers ask about managing a team, they're really looking for those same skills, but applied to leadership. Think about your own experience. Have you ever led a project team, mentored a colleague, or trained new hires?
The interview guide suggests talking about setting clear expectations, delegating effectively, providing constructive feedback, and creating a positive, collaborative team environment.
Leadership is more than just giving orders, right? It's about inspiring your team, getting everyone on the same page, and helping your team members reach their full potential.
Here's a follow-up they might ask. Describe your leadership style. What are your strengths as a leader? Be yourself in your answer. There's no one right way to lead. It's about being self-aware, and being able to adjust your approach to different situations and team dynamics.
And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your answers and give you personalized feedback on your leadership style. It can even pinpoint areas where you can improve those leadership skills and suggest strategies to become a more effective leader.
Okay, last question. This one really puts those strategic thinking skills to the test. How do you develop and implement strategic plans for your business? It's all about seeing the big picture, anticipating what's coming next, and creating plans that fit the company's vision.
The career guide is all about wholesale merchants being adaptable and strategically minded. This is where you show that you understand the market, you can analyze data, and you've got experience with the whole strategic planning process.
Think back on your experience. Have you done market research, analyzed what your competitors are up to, developed a business plan, or implemented a new strategic initiative?
Interviewers want people who can spot opportunities and come up with actionable plans to seize them. They want to see that you can turn those big goals into specific actions, timelines, and metrics to measure success.
The interview guide suggests mentioning tools like SWOT analysis and Porter's 5 forces, just to show you're familiar with the concepts.
Remember, a strategic plan is only as good as its execution, right? Be ready to talk about how you track progress, make adjustments when needed, and ensure the plan stays aligned with the company's goals.
Here's a potential follow-up. Tell me about a time a strategic plan you developed didn't go as planned. What did you do?
This is about how flexible you are, how you think on your feet. Don't be afraid to talk about challenges and setbacks, but focus on what you learned and how you adjusted to still get a positive outcome.
And don't forget, RoleCatcher's AI can be a huge help with strategic planning. It can analyze market trends, find growth opportunities, even suggest potential initiatives based on your company's situation.
We've covered a lot today. Tricky interview questions, leveraging AI, it's been a whirlwind. But the most important thing is to be yourself, show your passion, and that drive to keep learning.
We're going to take another break, but when we come back, we'll wrap up this deep dive with some final tips to help you land that wholesale merchant role. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the final stretch of our wholesale merchant interview deep dive.
We've prepped for those tough questions, practiced with RoleCatcher's AI. Hopefully you nail the interview.
But the journey doesn't end there, does it?
It doesn't. So what happens after the interview?
The follow-up. It's more than just a thank you note.
Right. So how do you make it stand out?
Timing. Get that follow-up out quickly within 24 hours while the conversation's fresh.
Makes sense. And what should it include?
Keep it brief, professional. Thank the interviewer for their time. Reiterate your enthusiasm for the role.
Okay, pretty standard. Anything else?
The interview guide recommends mentioning something specific that you discussed. Shows you were paying attention, genuinely interested. Could be something you learned about their growth plans or a shared interest you talked about.
Ah, good strategy.
Definitely. And here's where RoleCatcher's AI can really up your game. It can help you craft personalized follow-ups tailored to the specific job and the interviewer.
No kidding.
It can even analyze your interview performance, suggest key points to emphasize.
That's impressive. Okay, let's say the follow-up goes well and you get the call. They're offering you the job.
Time to talk salary negotiation.
That can be nerve-wracking.
It can. But remember, negotiation is part of the process. You deserve to be compensated fairly for your skills.
Absolutely. So any tips before we even get to the offer stage?
Research is crucial. Sites like RoleCatcher and Glassdoor can give you a good idea of average salaries for similar roles.
Right. And the career guide does mention wholesale merchants have high earning potential.
That's right. Don't be afraid to aim high, but also be realistic. Consider the company's size, location, industry, all of that.
Good points. Okay, you get the offer, what then?
Review it carefully. It's not just about the salary. Benefits, vacation time, growth opportunities, it all matters.
Makes sense. And if it's not quite what you hoped for?
Don't hesitate to counter.
Good advice.
The interview guide suggests framing your counteroffer positively. Emphasize your value, how excited you are about the opportunity.
Right.
You could say something like, I'm thrilled about this opportunity and I believe my skills and experience are a perfect fit. Based on my research and what I can bring to the table, I'd be more comfortable with a salary range of.
Perfect. So it's a conversation, not a battle.
Exactly. Be confident, professional, and willing to compromise to reach an agreement that works for everyone.
And if you need a little extra help,
RoleCatcher's AI can help you practice those negotiation skills and craft persuasive counteroffers.
fantastic resource. So you've got the job, negotiated a great package, you're ready to start. What now?
This is where that continuous learning from the career guide comes back in. Wholesale is constantly changing, so stay ahead of the curve.
Wow.
Training opportunities, industry events, connecting with mentors. Never stop learning.
And don't be afraid to ask questions, right?
Exactly. The career guide emphasizes how important it is for wholesale merchants to be adaptable. Soak up all the knowledge you can.
Great advice. So as you kick off this exciting new chapter, remember to showcase your passion, those strengths you've highlighted, and of course, leverage the power of RoleCatcher's AI.
You've put in the work, honed your skills, you're ready to make your mark on the world of wholesale. We're excited for you.
Best of luck. And if you ever need a refresher, this deep dive will be right here. Happy deal making.